What's up, guys? Welcome back to Preston North End Returns. So we are in the Sky Bet Championship. We're most of the way through the season. I believe this is episode 5. So let's take a look at the table here. We are in 13th with 52 points. Just a few points off the playoffs, really. I mean, 12 points off the playoffs. And I think we're actually closer to the playoffs than we are to the relegation zone. We are, yeah. We're 20 points off relegation zone, and we're only 12 points off the playoffs. We may not make it there. In fact, we most likely won't make it there. But a solid mid-table finish is in our future, I believe. So here's our form. I showed you these two games against Wolves and Villa. We played 4 more. Pretty good form in those, although we did lose to Fulham, who were, I think, 3rd in the table at the time, and it was a last-minute goal from Piazon in the 86th minute. Drew 1-1 here against Bristol City, beat Bolton and Ipswich. And Ipswich were, I think, 8th in the league at the time. Maguire this time with a late goal. Now we're going to play Sunderland, who you might think is higher in the table than 17th. And then we're going to play Sheffield Wednesday right after that, who are 4th. So, let's not submit the team. Let's go to the tactics so I can show you guys the team. We're sticking with this tactic. Cunningham and Fisher as our wing backs, Flint, Clark, and Huntington in the back, although Davies is almost returning to full fitness, just a couple of weeks left for him. Nicotia and Maguire are our striker partnership, and Johnson, Cook, and Brown in the midfield, although I prefer them this way. So let's... and Pearson's not in the starting lineup because he is suspended, as you can see there. Normally he would replace Brown in that ball-winning midfielder role. So let's get into the game here. And Sunderland seemed pretty good. McManaman, Cattermole, Watmore, Oviedo, former Everton man there, Kone, Billy Jones, a bunch of people that I recognize there. And let's get into the match. Computer looks a little slow today, a little choppy. Hopefully that's not a big problem going forward, but Sunderland are a very beatable team. I think we beat them away from home. I think we played them right after Hull, and we beat Hull and beat Sunderland back-to-back games. So that was pretty good early season form. Although after that, I think that was our last win before that really, really terrible run where we just lost like every game under the sun. So they say encourage short passing play. I disagree. I like some mixed in long passing in this game. In this formation, I think it can work really well that way. Again, I wonder why my computer is running so slowly. It seems like it's taking forever. Yeah, very choppy. Interesting. We're wearing our yellow jerseys today, which I actually kind of like. But Maguire's found in the box, and he scores. Wow, Lewis Cook in that Mazzala position, getting forward and able to find Maguire. And he starts off the move, heading that goal kick down. Cook sees Maguire roaming free down that right-hand side, and he is able to slide it past the keeper. As you can see, the physio's up there running out because Oviedo's hurt off-screen down here. Interesting little thing that, and he just went off. Interesting, for another former Everton man, Brendan Galloway. Interesting. But just a cool little wrinkle that they've added into the game. Sports Interactive do a really good job. It's not like EA Sports and FIFA where there's a lot of complaints from a lot of people. I think generally people are pretty impressed with what Sports Interactive does in terms of this game. I don't know if they make any other games. I'm sure they do. I've never played them, though. So, looks like we're approaching halftime with no real highlights here. Cunningham does get a yellow card. Unfortunately, I feel like he gets a lot of yellow cards. Might take Nicotia off for Grigg at some point soon. Well, not in the first half, but shortly after the second half. Although there is a highlight here, it does look like it's going to Sunderland, and Maja, I believe is how you pronounce that, just wide of the post. So we do hang on to our 1-0 win. 1-0 win, 1-0 lead, excuse me. Thinking a little ahead of myself. Oh no! Sunderland in the box. Watmore finds Jones, finds Cattermole. Cattermole skies it over the bar. It's really hard to tell what's going on here. I feel like my computer, I just turned it on, so maybe it's not quite woken up yet. But hopefully we can figure that out for the second half. Sunderland get a highlight right at the end of the second half. Hopefully we can head clear. Oh no, it's a penalty. Oh my god, how are you going to give a penalty? You're after the added time. Alright, save this. Oh, he dove the right way and everything. That's terrible. How are you going to give that penalty? Oh, my goodness. Oh, he was close to it, too. Well, Sunderland are actually outplaying us. They're actually totally outplaying us. 7 shots to our 3, 58% possession. We are away from home. We are at the Stadium of Light. I believe that's Sunderland Stadium. But hopefully we can turn this around in the second half. Maybe we go counter. I'm going to bring Grigg in for a little more height. I believe he's taller than Nikatia. I really don't know how to pronounce that. Sorry, guys. I'm doing my best. If anyone knows, feel free to put it in the comments of any video. I record a bunch of these in a row, so I'm like way ahead. But as soon as I see the comments, I will try and change appropriately. 60 minutes into the game. Another highlight to Sunderland here. Watmore takes the throw, finds Galloway on the left side eventually. Galloway to El Haria. Jones to Watmore crossing. That's going to be a goal. Oh, what a save! Wow. All right. Good save. I was already resigned to going down 2-0. Look at that. Penalty 45 plus 4. That's ridiculous. 65th minute now. I think it's time for another substitution. Let's freshen up the midfield. Alan Brown not having a great game. Let's bring in Gallagher. But he's not really a ball-winning midfielder, so we'll swap him with Cook. Swap him with Cook, although he's not really Mazzala either, and we'll swap Johnson with Gallagher. He's good as a deep-lying playmaker, and Cook can do a job as a ball-winning midfielder. These loans we've brought in have really helped our season out immensely in terms of what we're going to be able to achieve. I mean, before the January window, we were in very, very bad run of form. We brought in a bunch of loanies, and we've been able to turn it around a little bit. So we're approaching the end of this game now, and let me know if you guys want the entire game commentary or if you want me to try and cut it up. It's a little bit harder to do, but I can figure out how to do it if that's something you guys would prefer. And I'll cut the game here at the end of the game. We'll cut because I think it's kind of a long way to try and talk through an entire simulating session there. But it looks like we have the ball. Grigg through to Maguire. Maguire in on goal, and he should have done better. A little composure, Sean. A little composure. Sean Maguire actually won Irish League Player of the Year. I don't think it was the Irish Player of the Year, but Irish League Player of the Year. And plays a through ball to Grigg, who isn't able to get there before the keeper, and I think that'll do it. So not a bad game. Actually probably fair to come away with a draw. 2 shots on target to 2. They had a little bit more possession, but I think the draw was a bit of a fair result there. So let's see where that puts us in the table. Yeah, actually we have an international break now. So I will we'll take a check of that table, and then we'll take a look at the Sheffield Wednesday game at the end, or after the international break. So again, on 53 points, all these teams, Bristol City, Middlesbrough, and Ipswich, very catchable, maybe even Sheffield United. But again, I will be back in just a second with the Sheffield Wednesday game. All right, guys, so we are back for the Sheffield Wednesday game. Let's sort this out a little bit. Will Grigg got an injury on international duty, so he will have to come off the bench, but we'll put our other lone guy, Otto, on there. Ben Pearson is still suspended, although Ben Davies is just about ready to get back to games. I may bring him on as a substitute today, but we'll see how that goes. So we still got Huntington, Clark, and Flint in the back, Maxwell in goal, wing backs of Fisher and Cunningham, midfield of Brown, Johnson, and Cook, and then Sean Maguire and Niketia up top, although Johnson's very tired, so we're going to take him out for Gallagher today. Cunningham's a little tired as well, but we'll just bring Earl onto the bench just in case we need him. So we'll go this way. All right. Getting into the game against Sheffield Wednesday here. It's going to be a tough game. They're pretty high in the table, so I would be happy to take a point, especially away from home. We're going to go into it with a counter-attacking mentality, try and soak up some pressure, and then hit them on the break. So let's go on to counter right now. And hopefully it works out. We did drop points in the first game of the episode today, which makes it actually back-to-back losses. in our last 2 games, so I really don't want to make it 3 losses in a row coming into the final run-up of the season. But hopefully we're able to get a point or 2 here and then move forward. So going forward in the series, we're going to end the season in our next episode 6, I believe it'll be, as Maguire scores. We were knocking the ball around there very, very nicely. Just 3 minutes into the game, we have a lead. Cunningham in and out with Gallagher and Cook linking up. Maguire out to Cunningham, Nketiah, and then Cunningham, and then Maguire. What a flying kick for a finish there. Really nice goal. Maguire's such a good striker. We're definitely going to build around him for next season as well, because he is in his prime. I think he can score a lot of goals at this level if we get him into the right tactic. Nketiah would be awesome to bring in permanently. I don't think we're going to be able to do it. He's valued at like £8 million, and we're just not going to be able to bring him in, unfortunately. Although maybe some of the other loanees, or maybe even him, we can get back for another season on loan. That would be really, really nice. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I will. I'm going to do one more episode, which will be the last 2 games of the season, just so you guys can see how we end the season. We'll do a little season review, and then actually we'll do probably just the last game and then a season review, unless of course we can make the playoffs or something like that within our last 2 games. As Maguire almost makes it 2, but we still have the ball here. Cook out to Cunningham, and it's a throw to us. But then I'm going to do all the summer transfers on my own, and then we'll come back for the very beginning of next season, probably the first game of next season. As Nketiah's in, use him. Oh, wow, he scores. Wow, 2 assists from Greg Cunningham. He's having a great game, and we were talking about sitting him for Earl. I'm glad I decided to leave him in. 81 fitness, but that's just fine because he is clearly supplying the final ball very, very well right now. 2-0 up on Sheffield Wednesday. We're going to stick with counter because it's clearly working. They have more possession, but we actually have more shots, and all 4 of them now on target as well. They've already had to make a substitution, take out Adam Reach. I think it's, Adam Reach for Butterfield there. Will Smith is injured in goal, and Bannon just got injured as well. So injury bug biting Sheffield Wednesday right now. And it looks like we're coming at them again, although they do win the ball back now and are knocking it around in there in the middle of the park. Fletcher was a preseason transfer target for me instead of Greg. It was between him and Greg, but I had to go with Greg. Although they do score, Jacob Butterfield, the replacement for Reach, is able to nod that cross home. So it is just 1 goal as we approach the halftime mark. 5 shots to 5, 6 shots to 5 now, with all 6 of our shots being on target. 7 shots now. Although they do have the vast majority of the possession, we're soaking up the pressure really, really nicely, which is always good to see. Sheffield Wednesday on the attack again now, though. Oh, but we make a tackle with Fisher. Maguire on the move. Sees Nketiah. Nketiah moving towards goal. Should square that. You had Maguire in the middle. Although we do win the corner. Let's see if we can do anything right before the halftime whistle. Gallagher pushes the corner in. Oh, wow. He looked free at the back post there. Although Brown does collect the ball. Trying to move down the right-hand side. Can't win that, Clark. Well done. All the way back to the keeper. Over to Flint. Over to Cunningham. Let's see if he can make anything happen this time. Instead, he loses the ball. This is a long highlight. Somebody's going to score, I think. Is it going to be us? Doesn't look like it. We just can't. Oh, there it is. We do win the ball. Nketiah's through. He's going to score. Yep. Yes. Assist from Sean Maguire this time. The strikers are really clicking on all cylinders right now. We're scoring a lot of goals. I think during that really bad spell, our goal difference was something like -20. And now I think our goal difference is, let me check. It might be even or 1 under. Yeah, we're -1 right now. Let me look back at that again. We are, -1 goal difference right now on 56 points. So hopefully, we can get an assault on these spots here. If we're top 10 in the championship our first season, I'd be really, really satisfied with that. I think that would be a really, really good season. So let's get back to the highlight here. Looks like Sheffield Wednesday is on the attack again. Fletcher finds Gamma in, and Maxwell makes a really nice save there. Again, really happy with how we're playing in this game. Counterattacking nicely. Scored 3 goals against a team who started the game, I think, 4th in the table, and they are still 4th. Everyone on the same amount of games, which is nice, so you can kind of tell what's going on. We're on 56. Millsborough and Bristol City just ahead on goal difference. I don't know if we'll catch them on goal difference. That seems a little unreasonable. and Middlesbrough ahead by 1 point. Sheffield United also catchable in 9th place, and that goal difference isn't out of reach if we start winning a couple of games. So here's another highlight from Sheffield Wednesday. Oh my goodness, who was marking that guy? He was just alone. So let's make a substitution. Got a little late in the game. Let's take Cunningham off for Earl. If I can get my mouse to work correctly, that would be great. Let's see what Otto looks like. Nketiah's had a really good game. Actually, we'll leave him on for his hat trick. We'll take Maguire off to get a look at Otto. I think he can do the complete forward. Nope, he can't. So we'll do this, and he has to be on attack to do the complete forward, but that's fine. And you know what? We'll put Davies on. Who's had the worst game? Huntington, I guess, technically. So we'll put Davies on for Huntington, and just get him a little match experience at the end of this game here. We'll go defensive now, and just try and see out these last 10 minutes here. Last 9 minutes. With a 2-goal lead, I feel pretty comfortable at this point. Although Wednesday does have another highlight. We almost win it back. They come down the right-hand side. It looks like a cross came in, but they're now handling the ball down the right side of the box. We do manage to clear. Otto sees Nketiah for the hat trick. We left him on for it. Oh, unfortunately not. That should be a foul there. It should be our free kick with just a couple minutes left in the game. 3 minutes left now. And I'm going to call this a successful episode. You know, we lost to Sunderland, which we may not have expected to do. But we did indeed beat Sheffield Wednesday, which is a great result. Gets us out of that little mini slump there, because our last 3 games were a draw, a loss, and a loss. Now we've got a win, and just a few games left in the season. On 39 games, I'm gonna play a few more off camera. Excuse me, and then we'll be back for the last game or 2 of the season, depending on what position in the league we are. So that'll do it for this game, and let's just take a quick look at the schedule. Yeah, we've got Derby coming up that at home, 22nd in the league. That should be a very winnable game as well. So let's take a look at our competitions. We're solidly in 12th place, and then so we're gonna play these games off camera. Maybe United as well, although United are near us in the table, and then we finish off against foot of the table, Burton and Hove Albion. Burton Albion, sorry. So yeah, we'll be back for either both of these games or just one, and then a season roundup. So I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.